Okay, let's start. Okay, what was our lesson the last meeting? Those who are present, okay? Because some of you, I think they are not present. What was the last time we had or the last lesson that we had? You can answer it if you have your screenshots. I also have this in our presentation here. What was it all about? Anyone? Or shall I call your name?
No,
What? Okay.
I'm forgot.
Okay, the lesson that we had the last meeting was all about what is this? How do you read that?
Pronouns.
Yes, pronouns. So in pronouns, there are so many rules. So do you still have your screenshot here? Still
Maybe.
okay. Let's see later. I might ask you questions or might give you a short quiz. Or maybe tomorrow if there's no time. Oh, I mean the next meeting. Okay. Next, aside from the topic we had pronouns, what else we discussed the last meeting?
Who versus whom?
Very good. Who versus whom? And what is it according to rule number one? Can you read it for all? I mean, can you read it to all of us, Inda? Is Inda still here? Okay. Can you read rule number one, Inda? What is it all about? Who versus whom?
Okay. Rule 1. Use the he or him method to decide which word is correct.
Okay, very good. So according to rule number one, we're able to use the word or the pronoun who if it refers to pronoun he, and whom if it refers to pronoun him. Say, for example, whom wrote the letter? What do you think is the pronoun or the correct pronoun that we're going to use?
Who?
Oh, very good. Who? Or if ever you're going to revise it in a sentence, since you are answering the who pronoun, who wrote the letter, so if you're going to revise it in a sentence, it will eventually turn to he is the one who wrote the letter. Since we are using the pattern he equals to who, him equals to whom. Next, whoever versus whomever. Okay, Rayhan is here. Okay, welcome back, Rayhan. Can you turn on your camera, Rayhan? May I see your face? Because I forgot the faces, those who are not always in my class. Let me see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, whoever versus whomever. So can you read it, Rayhan? The rule number one. This was the lesson that we had the last meeting. Rayhan, can you read it? Rayhan, can you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, can you read rule number one, Rayhan, about the whoever versus whomever? Rule number one only.
To der mind wet hair to us to use what fair or what fair hair is the rule.
Okay, listen. Listen, Rayana. This is how you read this. It is not determined, okay? This is not determined. Okay, listen, everyone. Rule number one. To determine whether to use whoever or whomever, here is the rule. Him plus he, it will eventually become whoever. So him to him, it will automatically become whomever. So him, remember the pattern, to whoever and whomever. Him plus he, that will become whoever. But if we do the same, we do have the same pronoun him to him, eventually we will use the whomever. So say for example, give it. Give it to, is it whoever or whomever asked for it? What is the correct answer?
Whoever.
Very good. This is whoever. Because if you are going to revise this sentence, okay, let's say, since you're using whoever, what is the pattern of whoever? What is the pattern of whoever? Take a look at the pattern of rule number one.
Him and he.
Yes, him plus he. So it will become, give it to him. Instead of whoever, put it to him. Okay? Give it to him, period. Plus he, additionally, he asked for it first. Do you copy? Do you copy, everyone?
Yes.
Good. I just add on the he since this is the pattern, and then continue with the word asked for it first. Asked, and then so on with the end of the sentence. Okay? Okay? Is it
Okay.
great? So next example. We will hire whomever you recommend. So in the first example, what is the proper pronoun they are using? Take a look at here. What is the proper pronoun that they are using in the first example? It is whoever or whomever. We will hire whomever you recommend. What is being used?
Whomever.
Very good, Inda. It's whomever. So since Inda chose whomever, so let's go to the pattern. So we will hire, we will copy the sentence. We will hire. So what is the pattern of whomever? What is the pattern?
Him plus him.
Very good. It's him plus him. So two hims. We will copy the we will hire. Since we are using the pronoun he, whomever, so we will eventually change it to him. So we will hire him, period. Then you copy the next sentence. You recommend him, another him, since we are using whomever. Do you copy? Do you copy? Do you?
Yes.
Great. Next. The that and which. Rule number one. Let's call the name of Ressa. I often see the name of Ressa and Rayhan. Okay, Ressa, can you read the rule number one only? Ressa, can you turn on your camera so that I can see your face? Risa, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
great. It's okay, Risa. As long as you hear me, then it's good. Can you read the rule number one for all of us?
Who refers to people that and which refer to groups of things.
Okay, thank you, Risa.
You
So, for
welcome, Miss.
okay. Can you turn on your camera, Risa, so that I can see your face? Because I am not so familiar with your face because I often see you in my class. Where's Risa? See her face. Okay, let me see your face, Risa. It's only ceiling I am seeing. Okay, great. Don't be shy. You are beautiful, okay? You are all beautiful. No need to be shy, okay? If I asked you to turn on your cameras, turn on your cameras. No need to be shy, okay? Okay? Okay,
Okay, Miss.
great. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Okay. Rule number one. Who, take note, the pronoun who refers to people. So as easy as that. If you're talking about who, it pertains or it talks about people, person. Okay? But if we're going to talk about the that and which, it refer to groups or things. Take note of that. The that and which refers to a groups, a group or a things. Any things, living or non-living things. Okay? Say for example, Anya is the one who rescued the bird. So what is the pronoun being used in the first example? Aaron,
Yes, Miss.
what is the pronoun being used in the first example?
Who?
What is it again? What is your answer?
Hmm?
Aaron, is it who?
Oh,
Okay, very good. That's the correct answer. Who? In the first sentence, the f- the pronoun being used is who. So why do you think it is the pronoun who being used? Because why? Why the pronoun who is being used in the first example? Can you tell me the reason why, Alfonso? Can you help Aaron?
yes.
Can you help Aaron to determine why the pronoun who is being used in the first example?
Because who is only refers to people.
Okay, because who refers to people, very good. So who is the people or person? Person being mentioned in the first example.
Anya.
Very good. Good job, Alfonso.
Thank you.
And since we are using the pronoun who, so who simply refers to people, person. So since who refers to people or person, in the first example, we are referring to person Anya. Do you copy? Do you get it, everyone?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Next, that introduces essential clauses, while which introduces non-essential clauses. So say for example, we're going to talk about the essential and non-essential, okay, later. So say for example, I do not trust editorials that claim racial differences in intelligence. So what is the pronoun being used in the first example? Anyone? Can you answer? Shitya,
Yes.
what is the pronoun being used in the second example?
That.
That, very good. Okay, next example. We're going to come back that later, okay? Next example. The editorial claiming racial differences in intelligence, which appeared in the Sunday newspaper, upset me. So, what is the pronoun being used in the second example, Tristan?
What, teacher?
In the second example I am reading here, the one I have highlighted, the editorial claiming racial differences in intelligence, which appeared in the Sunday newspaper, upset me. What do you think is the pronoun being used in the second example?
Which?
Which, very good, Tristan. Which is the pronoun being used in the second sentence? Now, according to this rule number two, we will only use the pronoun that if it is essential clauses, and we're going to use the pronoun which if it is non-essential clauses. So what is essential clauses? What do you think is essential clauses? Honey, can you read, honey?
Okay, yes.
What is essential clauses, honey?
Essential clause do not have
It's
commas,
okay. It's clauses.
clauses.
Okay, thank you.
Do not have commas surrounding them, while non-essential clauses are surrounded by commas.
Okay, very good. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome, miss.
Okay, according to honey, reading the note, take note, okay? Essential clauses do not have any commas surrounding in the sentence. Take a look at the first example. If it is essential clauses, where what we are going to use, what pronoun we are going to use, it is what pronoun?
That.
That, very good. So since we're using the pronoun that and it is essential clauses, meaning there is no or has no any commas in the sentence. Have you seen any comma in the first example? Did you see any? Is there any comma in the first example?
No.
Very good. It's a no. There is no comma in the first example. However, in the second example, what what pronoun we are using in the second example?
Editorial?
Okay, what pronoun is the second? I mean, in the second example, what pronoun is being used?
Me?
Hmm? What is it, Alfonso? In this example, what pronoun is being used? Take a look at the example. I mean, take a look at the example, Alfonso.
Which?
Okay. Okay, very good. It's which. So the pronoun we use in the second example is which. Since which is considered as non-essential, so what have you noticed in this sentence? If we're talking about non-essential clauses, there are surrounded with commas. So
Yes.
have you noticed any commas in the second example?
Yes.
Very good. So, okay, let's try to find out. The editorial claiming racial differences in intelligence, comma, which appeared in Sunday newspaper, comma, upset me. So this is an example of a non-essential clauses, meaning surrounded by commas. So that is why we are using the pronoun. What pronoun? What pronoun? What pronoun? Take a look at my arrow, the one I have highlighted.
Which?
What pronoun? Which. Very good. But if the sentence is essential clauses and there is no commas at all, what pronoun we are going to use? What pronoun we are going to use? Anyone?
Yes.
If the sentence is essential clauses and there is no commas in it, what is the pronoun we are going to use?
That.
That. Very good. Good job. Okay, do not forget that. Okay, take a screenshot. Do not forget, always do a screenshot because next meeting, I will give you a short quiz about this. Okay, let's move on to rule number 3. Can you read it to all of us, Sundara? Sundara.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Yes, can you read Sundara, please? The rule number 3. Okay, thank you.
If this, that, this, and those
Those
have already intro do
introduced
introduced an essence
an
and
essential clause
essence clothes you
clause. It's clause.
clothes you
Uh,
may as which
use, you may use.
you may use which to
Uh,
introduce the
introduce.
introduce the next clothes or wha-
Next clause, whether,
whether
whether
it is
essential
essential
or
or non
non-essential.
non
Non-essential. Okay. Copy Sundara. Non-essential.
non-essential
Okay, again. Non-essential.
non-essential
Okay, very good. Thank you, Sundara. Thank you. Okay. According to Sundara, that if I read the rule number 3, if the pronoun this, take note, the pronoun this, that, these, and those have already introduced an essential clause, you may use which to introduce the next clause whether it is essential or non-essential. Okay, say for example, that is a decision which you must live with for the rest of your life. So what have you noticed in the first example to rule number 3? What have you noticed? What have you noticed? Anyone? What have you noticed? Okay, Tristan, what have you noticed in the example, the first example of rule number 3?
What, Miss?
What have you noticed to rule number 3? In the first example,
Rule number 3.
yes, in the first example, what have you noticed?
Oh,
In this example, take a look at the example, the one that I have highlighted. Can you help? Anyone who can help Tristan? Uh, what name? May I call of Febby? Febby.
yes, teacher.
Can you help Tristan to determine what is or what have you noticed in the first example of rule number 3? B, can you help Tristan? What have you noticed? Shitya, what have you noticed in the first example? Here. Anyone? Inda, can you help? What
Yes,
have you
teacher.
noticed? What have you
Um,
noticed in the first example in rule number 3?
that and which.
Very good. That's the only answer I am looking from you to mention the pronoun that and which. Very good, Inda. It's a good one. As you can see, in the first example, they are using two pronouns. Two pronouns, which is the that and the which. So in the rule number 3, if in the sentence you have noticed that there is a pronoun that, any of this pronoun, listen, any of this pronoun, this, that, these, and those, if they are already introduced as the essential clause, automatic, you can use freely the pronoun which as the non-essential. So there's no need to worry why you are using two pronouns all together in one sentence. As long as you are using this four pronouns as the essential clauses. Automatic, or it is okay to use which in a sentence because it is non-essential. Okay? If you can see on here, what have you noticed? In the second example, I will read this for you, okay? Those ideas which we've discussed thoroughly enough do not need to be addressed again. So, what do you think are the pronouns used in the sentence? Febby, Febby, Febby. Febby, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So, in the second example to rule number 3, what what are the pronouns used in the sentence?
That, this, and this.
Here, no, not that example. In the second example, the one that I have highlighted.
Which,
Which only?
those, and which.
Okay, can you repeat it again, please? It
Those,
is
and which.
okay, very good. It is those and which. So two pronouns in a sentence. So those, any of these, look, this, that, these, and those, any of that pronouns used in a sentence, it's okay to use the pronoun which as the non-essential. Okay? Okay? Do you copy? Do you? Okay, great. Take note, okay, because I might give you a sentence and I want you to determine are what are the two pronouns used in this sentence. Take note of that. Okay? Take note that often you can streamline your sentence by leaving out which. Okay. Here, since we are using the word, I mean the pronoun here, which, this, that, these, and those, if you're going to make your sentence a better one, you can also leave the word or the pronoun which in a sentence. So say for example, those ideas which we have discussed thoroughly do not need to be addressed again. We are using the pronoun those and which. So much better if you're going to revise the sentence, you can drag down or you can leave the word which or get the word which. Or say, for example, instead of those ideas, we revise these to the ideas we have discussed thoroughly do not need to be addressed again. I drag down or I get the word or the pronouns those and which. So instead, I make it the ideas, then we have discussed. I get the pronoun which, automatic move to we have discussed. Do you copy? Do you copy?
Yes.
Okay, great. In the second example, next example. Example, that is a decision which you must live with for the rest of your life. So what pronoun is being used in this example? The one I have highlighted. What pronoun being used? Anyone?
That and which?
Who
Oh,
answered that? Who answered that?
Alfonso.
Okay, Alfonso. So the pronoun being used is that and which. Okay, very good, Alfonso. So if you're going to make it in a better sentence or in a in the best sentence that you could do possibly, this will turn out just like, okay, say for example, that is the decision or that is a decision. We will copy still this, drag down or get or leave the pronoun which. We'll get this and automatically continue with you must live with for the rest of your life. Or you must live with that decision for the rest of your life. Any of the pronouns being used, you can get the word which, or you can drag the or get the both pronoun in the sentence. You just have to revise all of the sentences. As long as there is always a pronoun being used, it's either that, this, these, and those. There is no need for you to use which always. Okay? Okay? Is that okay? Anyone?
Okay.
Okay. So please do a screenshot here. Please do a screenshot because we're going to move with our next topic by next meeting. Okay? Before moving to our next topic by next meeting, here, I actually have the slides here, okay? The other slides, this is our new topic the next meeting. It should be supposed to be tonight, but since we're only few the last time, I was able to bring back the lessons we had. So it's only actually a review. So since it's always a review to us, especially if there are always coming in our class, and to all to all the other people or children who just who just come in our class, because I often see faces. I almost see the faces of uh Alfonso, Aaron, Debbie is consistent this month, Honey and Sundara, Tristan, Inda, and Shitya. They are the ones whom I always see their faces. Rayhan, I sometimes see your face, as well as to, where is the other one? Ressa? Ressa is not here anymore, right? Is she out?
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Maybe.
Yeah, I see, I see. So I hope you will find time. I know it's not an easy. I know it's boring. Of course, it's boring to you listening to our topic about the grammar because grammar is very difficult. It's confusing, difficult to discuss, difficult to comprehend. But remember, the more it is difficult, the more learning you will gather. There is no things that you do not learn. We can learn in many things as long as you are determined, you are consistent, and willing to learn. Okay? I hope you will always attend our class every night. I only meet you once a week. I supposed to meet you twice a week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but now I only meet you
Yes.
once a week because have I also have my busy schedule, my hectic schedule, so I do not have enough time to prepare. So that is why I am choosing only one session every per week. Yeah, one session per week. So in that session only, in that time only, 1 hour, I will ask for your time, okay? Only 1 hour. 1 hour only. 1 hour is not bad. 1 hour is not so long. It's not too long for you to suffer, to listen to me, to understand our lesson. Okay, I hope you will always attend. I hope others will do the same way too, because it is for your own good also. This is for your own goodness sake. It is not just for me, but it is also for you, to all of us. This will benefit to all of us because English is very useful. Remember that. Even me, in our place, in our country, rather, in our country, English is also very important language in our country. I hope you will do the same too, okay? Learn to know English, learn to attend our class every night, just 1 hour only. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I hope that is true and sincere. I will see you the next meeting, okay? Please, please, please study. Do not just memorize, familiarize, okay? Familiarize so that you can understand and remember what you are reading about the screenshots you had. Okay, study your lessons. Next meeting, I will give you a short quiz before moving to our next lesson. Copy.
Copy.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you to all of the people or to all of you here who attend my class. Thank you very much. Take your time, Nami. You can rest. Take your time, Nami. You can rest. You can eat your dinner. Enjoy the rest of the night. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night. See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Good night, Aaron.